This is Shoham Bera, consultant optometrist from India. Today I am going to tell you about screen time and kids. Let's start with it. An entire generation of kids is growing up with smartphones, tablets and other internet-enabled electronic devices. This has many parents worried, but it is also giving scientists a chance to answer the question, what effort does screen time have on kids' developing brain? Researchers from the National Institute of Health recently offered a glimpse of the answer based on a preliminary data from the Adolescent Brain Cognitive Development ABCD study. This study is following more than 11,000 9 and 10-year-old at 21 sites throughout the United States. The results were presented in December by study director Gaia Downing, PhD on CBS 60 Minutes. The two big mistakes from the initial data are: first, MRI scan found significant difference in the brain of some children who reported using smartphone, tablet and video games more than 7 hours a day. Second, children who report more than 2 hours a day of screen time got lower score on thinking and language tests. Children and their phones are inseparable today, and all that reading and playing games on their handheld device may be harming their vision. To reduce screen time, some parents ban phones at the dinner table. This applies to both adults and children. And in some homes, playing games or texting must stop 2 hours before bedtime. To put a hard stop on screen time, some moms and dads set time limits on their children's daily device uses. For example, when a total of 2 hours of screen time has been reached, no more texting, game playing or YouTube watching. So, what is a screen time? Screen time refers to the amount of time a person spends staring at the digital display of computer, tablets or any digital device or smartphones. According to the Vision Council, 72% of American parents report their children routinely engaged in more than 2 hours of screen time per day. And it is very likely most kids actually spend significantly more time staring at screen than their parents think they do. As kids grow, their screen time tends to grow with them, and even very young children these days are spending a significant amount of time each day staring at screen. According to Common Sense Media, young children in the US spend the following amount of time each day using digital device. Kids under 2 years of age, minimum 42 minutes per day. Kids aged 2 to 4, 2.5 hours a day. Children aged 5 to 8, nearly 3 hours per day. Why might too much screen time to be a problem for kids? The Vision Council says 30% of parents report their children experience at least one of the following symptoms after being exposed to more than 2 hours of screen time per day. First, headache. Second, neck ache or shoulder pain. Third, eye strain or dry and irritated eye. Fourth, reduced attention span. Fifth, poor behavior. Sixth, irritability. Any of these symptoms could be potentially after academic performance and social interactions. The rapid rise of myopia or nearsightedness worldwide has been linked to increased use of exposure to electronic devices. In Singapore, for example, 65% of students in primary 6 are myopic. In the United States and Europe, where myopia rates traditionally have been lower, around half of young adults now suffer from myopia compared with 25% in 1970s. So, why blue light can be bad for you? The LED screen of computer and portable digital device emit a broad spectrum of visible light. Most of these light rays are harmless, but a portion of the light emitted by this screen is relatively high energy visible, HEV light, and we call it blue light. Blue light has shorter wavelength and higher energy than other visible light rays. And laboratory research suggests certain bands of blue light may be harmful to the light sensitive retina of the eye over time. Blue light also plays an important role in regular our body's circadian rhythm. This basically is an internal clock that's running in our brain and the cycles between alertness and sleepiness at regular intervals over a 24 hours of period. It is called our sleep and wake cycle. Too much exposure to blue light at the wrong time of day can disrupt a person's normal sleep or wake cycle, which can have serious health consequences. Risk of too much screen time for kids. When talking about the risk of too much screen time for kids, we are basically talking about the potential harmful effect of too much blue light. And while it's true that staring at the screen of a digital device adds to the amount of blue light exposure kids get over the course of their lifetime, it is important to point out that the sun emits far more harmful blue light than computers, e-tablets and smartphones. So the blue light exposure from digital device is added exposure over and above the large amount of blue light exposure a person gets from sunlight. A second important factor to consider is the timing of the exposure. Blue light exposure from the sun only occurs from sunup to sundown. But blue light exposure from screen time can occur at any hour of the day, including well into the night. Possible risks from too much screen time for kids can be categorized as immediate or long term. So, first come to immediate risk. Immediate risks from too much screen time generally occur relatively soon after repeated blue light exposure. Many of these risks are associated with circadian rhythm disruption caused by staring at digital screen well into the night, which can make it much harder to fall asleep at a normal time. Sleep disruption can be especially problematic for children, leading to daytime drowsiness and poor performance in school because of it. Disruption of the sleep and wake cycle also can eventually lead to weight gain and obesity related health problems. Research has shown that people who experience disrupted 24-hour cycle of sleep and activity also are more likely to have mood disorder, lower level of happiness and greater feeling of loneliness. Also, an intriguing 2-year study of more than 2,500 normal Los Angeles high school students found that teens who reported greater digital device use and screen time during the study were about to 10% more likely to develop ADHD symptoms by the end of the study period. The research pointed out, however, that this doesn't prove a direct cause and effect relationship, and more research is needed to fully understand the association between screen time and ADHD symptoms. Now, long-term risk. The simple truth is that long-term risk of incremental blue light exposure from frequent use of digital device is not yet known. This is because no previous generation has been exposed to comparable level blue light from digital device from childhood on. It will probably take several decades before the long-term effect of extensive screen time for kids are better understood. But there is already some related research that suggests it may be wise to limit blue light exposure starting at an early age. For example, researchers in Japan and Switzerland investigated what happened to the retinas of aging eyes from blue light exposure after cataract surgery. In the study, 79 eyes received a clear intraocular lens that didn't block blue light, and 52 eyes received a yellow IOL that blocked blue light. Prior to cataract surgery, that retinas of all eyes are protected from blue light by the eye's natural lens that had become cloudless by cataract. 2 years after cataract surgery, none of the eyes that received the yellow IOL that blocked blue light showed at any new or worsening sign of macular degeneration. However, among eyes that received the clear IOL that didn't block any blue light, 50% of these eyes shows new or worsening sign of age-related macular degenerations. The result of this study suggests that the retina of aging eye are normal, susceptible to oxidative damage caused by blue light exposure. If this is true, then it may be prudent and wise to take steps to reduce premature aging of the retina by limiting the amount of blue light exposure the eye receives throughout the life. The greater benefit may occur when these protective measures are taken during childhood, because this is when the media of the eye, the lens in particular, are exceptionally clear and allow the greater amount of blue light to reach the retina. How to cut back on screen time? So then, what can a parent do to prevent harm to their child's eyes and overall health for too much of screen time? It is unlikely kids will reduce their use of digital device, so the answer lies to taking steps to limit the amount of blue light reaching their eyes while they are using these devices. So eyeglasses and sunglasses to reduce blue light. One solution is to purchase eyeglass with lenses that reduce the amount of blue light that enters the eye from computer, e-tablet and smartphone screen. A number of lens manufacturers produce eyeglass lenses that filter blue light. Another option is to have an anti-reflective coating that blocks blue light applied to the lenses. Third option is to purchase glasses with photochromic lenses. These sun-sensitive lenses block some blue light indoors and have the added advantage of automatically blocking additional blue light from the sun outdoor without the need of a separate pair of prescription sunglasses. Yet another option, and the best option, is to superior protection from harmful blue light from the sun is a pair of polarized sunglasses for outdoor wear. Blue light filters to reduce exposure. But what if your child doesn't need prescription glasses? The most convenient option in this case is to purchase a protective blue light filter that can be applied to the surface of your child digital device. Set limit on screen time. To reduce the risk of your child disrupting his or her sleep and wake cycle, create no screen rules at least an hour or 2 hours before their scheduled bedtime. Or set a time limit of your child's phone use. Apple, Google and other tech companies have recently introduced time management features and apps that allow you to monitor your child's daily screen time. Visit your phone vendor, website or store to learn more. Be proactive as a parent. One goal may be spend more quality time together and less screen time with your son or daughter left to their own device. Better yet, protect your child vision while they are watching YouTube videos, posting snaps and playing games.